Muscle building truths that I know now at 32 that I really wish I knew at 22. I compiled a list of literally everything I could think of about building muscle that I really wish that I knew when I first started working out. So if you have goals of building muscle, or even if you just simply want to maintain muscle as you age, this video is definitely going to be for you. I really hope you like it and get value from it. And by the way, if you'd like a free muscle building program, I'm offering one totally free to you, included somewhere in this video. And if you're new here, my name is Jesse Rosenthal. I'm a personal trainer and online coach based in New York, and I've been coaching men to build muscle and lose body fat since 2012. Let's dive into it. Number one, growing new muscle takes time, and that gaining even 1 to 2 pounds of new muscle each month is considered excellent progress. I put this at number one because setting proper expectations is totally key when it comes to seeing any result. If you're expecting to gain 5 pounds of muscle in a month and you only gain 1, you're gonna think that you failed and get discouraged. But if you know what's actually realistic, you can stay consistent longer term. Now, let me be clear, gaining 1 to 2 pounds of muscle a month, that's a lot. That's between 12 and 24 pounds in a year. That is a life-changing amount of muscle gained. Even if you were to gain just 10 pounds of muscle in a year, that would be a significant, noticeable body transformation. And it's important to understand that there's definitely diminishing returns with this. In your first year of working out on a structured program and tracking your food, you'll be able to gain the most amount of muscle, which is generally in this range, between 12 and 24 pounds of muscle in that first year. And the accepted understanding right now is that every year after that, it pretty much cuts it half. So that's why you really want to get it right from the beginning. Number two is that eating more food is crucial for building muscle. Specifically, protein and carbs. Protein is going to be what helps to actually build new muscle tissue and to maintain your current muscle. And carbs help you on the performance side of things to restore glycogen into the muscle cells and give you better quality workouts and more energy for your workouts. And most people cannot be eating in a very restrictive diet or deficit and expect to build muscle. Of course, there's a couple of exceptions, the main one being someone who's a total newbie who just started working out for the first time. Maybe they're tracking their macros really diligently as well, and they can actually be in a deficit while building some muscle. I've had many clients who are new achieve this. But for most people, you're gonna need to be eating around maintenance calories or in a surplus if you're going to build more amount of muscle. Number three, and not many people think about this, it's that tracking your macros diligently will give you the best possible chance at gaining mostly muscle while minimizing fat gain. Without tracking your macros pretty diligently, what might end up happening is a dirty bulk, which is essentially gaining a lot more body fat than actual muscle. Number four is that logging your workouts will increase the chance that you get stronger. And by logging your workouts, I mean keeping track of the exercises you're doing, how many reps and sets you're doing of those exercises, and how much weight you were able to do for each set. I do this with my clients through my training app, which easily and conveniently keeps track of all their data, and we can easily see their progress in strength as the months go on. But you can simply do this in a notebook and writing it down every time you go to the gym. But trust me on this one, this will significantly increase the likelihood that you get stronger. And number five is that getting stronger in your workouts will significantly increase the likelihood that you build muscle. Because think of it like this, if you're doing the same exact exercises and weight and the amount of reps are all the same today as you were lifting 6 months ago, I'm not betting money that you're somebody who's built muscle over the last 6 months. There's gotta be some level of progress in your workouts and strength, whether it's increasing the reps that you're doing for the same weight or increasing the weight a little bit. So generally, the signs of getting stronger are directly related to somebody who's also maybe building some muscle. Number six is that there's no specific rep range that you need to work in order to build muscle. You can literally build muscle doing 3 to 5 reps. You can also build muscle doing 6 to 8 reps or 10 to 12 reps. You can even build muscle doing 15 to 20 reps. This is a very common misconception in the industry. People think that doing high amount of reps is meant for like getting leaner and toning up, and doing a low amount of reps like 3 to 5 is meant for like bulking up or getting stronger. But here's why the rep range isn't the most important thing when it comes to building muscle, and it's because of number 7. Number 7 is that the more important factor than the number of reps you're actually doing is that you finish each and every set very close to failure. And what I usually recommend is between 1 and 3 reps away from absolute failure. And what this means is that you are finishing each set at a degree that is very challenging to you, and it's probably out of your comfort zone a little bit. If you're just doing 10 reps of everything you do and staying in your comfort zone, you're generally not gonna build as much muscle. When the truth is, if someone put a gun to your head and said, hey, don't stop at 10, I want you to do 20 reps, I think with a gun to your head, you'd probably be able to do 20 reps instead of 10 with that same weight. So that's the point here, is that you need to get closer to failure on each set, and that's the most important thing, rather than the exact amount of reps you're doing. Number 8 is that training 3 to 5 times a week in a routine where you hit each muscle group twice in the week seems to be the most ideal setup for building muscle. Can you build muscle training each muscle group once in the week? Yes, of course. Can you build muscle hitting each muscle group 3 times in the week? Yes, of course. But twice in the week for each muscle group seems to be the ideal frequency and rest for each muscle group when it comes to building muscle. And think of it like this: if I train every muscle group twice in the week and you do it once in the week, after a year, I would have trained chest 104 times and you would have trained chest 52 times. Who do you think likely made a little bit more progress or a lot more progress on their chest that year? Me doing 104 times or you doing 52 times? You'd probably put your money on me. Again, and this isn't to say that you can't have a phase or a routine for a few months where you hit a particular muscle group once in the week. That's not gonna ruin all your progress. The good thing about this fitness stuff is that there's really no black and white things or requirements that absolutely need to be true. But training each muscle group twice in the week seems to be one of the more ideal setups. Number 9 is that you don't need to do 5 or 6 exercises per muscle group per day. This is complete overkill, and it's not even close. This is how I used to train back in college. I would do 7 exercises for chest on one day. The truth is, after a decade and a half of training and coaching other adults and being a men's physique competitor and everything I've learned, 1 to 3 exercises per muscle group is more than enough to really be effective for building muscle, as long as you're doing number 7 properly, which is training each and every set right up until failure or very close to failure. Number 10 is that proper technique is more important than ego lifting. If you're lifting too heavy to the point where you're actually breaking form, you're probably recruiting some secondary muscle groups to help move the weight, and therefore you're not even really effectively training the primary mover, the primary muscle group that you're actually trying to train in that exercise. And not to mention ego lifting, of course, you're gonna be at a higher risk of injury. And one bad injury and you might have to stop working out for 6 months or 12 months. So practice proper technique, focus on progressive overload, and build that skill of training with really good technique right up until failure or as close as you can get to it. Number 11 is that creatine can be somewhat helpful for getting stronger and building muscle. It's nothing magical, but it can be to some degree helpful, but it is a long-term supplement, meaning this: don't expect to take it for a month or 2 months and then stop and that you're gonna get all these benefits from it. Creatine is a supplement that needs to be saturated in your cells. It usually takes a few weeks to even have the benefits kick in at all for this reason. And the benefits typically include things like getting an extra 1 or 2 reps in your workouts or lifting an extra 5 or 10 pounds. So it's not gonna be anything groundbreaking, but doing these little things over 6, 12, 24 months certainly can make a difference. But again, it's gonna require patience and not to expect quick fixes from this thing. Number 12, and this one might save you hundreds or thousands of dollars, is that there's pretty much no other over-the-counter supplements that will make any noticeable difference for you in regards to building muscle. And again, take this from somebody who's bought everything out there, who could leave an affiliate link for any product I want you to buy and make money off of it. And I'm telling you not to buy anything except creatine, which you can get on Amazon for $22 for 100 servings. And I'm not leaving you a link to even buy that. But Jesse, what about protein powder? That leads us to number 13, which is protein powder is a great supplement that can help you to reach your daily protein intake more easily and more conveniently. So of course I recommend it. I think it's a good option to have around. But again, it's not anything magical. It's not gonna grow muscle any quicker than chicken breast is going to. It's a supplement that you take for convenience. Instead of having to cook up 30 grams of protein worth of chicken breast, you can literally pop a scoop in your shaker bottle in 10 seconds, shake it up and drink it, and it makes it easier to reach your daily protein intake. Number 14, this is the most underrated part that I didn't understand until even just a few years ago. Well, I understood it, but I didn't realize the significance of it, which is that sleep and rest days are crucial for you. If you rarely take rest days or get 7 or more hours of sleep, you are going to build less muscle. This is just how recovery works. Our body recovers when we're sleeping and when we take some rest days. Even if you take 2 rest days a week and sleep 7 or 8 hours a night, it's gonna make a huge difference compared to if you're getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep. And I understand not everyone is in full control of this. I work with a lot of new parents who of course are lacking on their sleep. But if you're someone who is in control of your sleep and you're staying up late just because you're scrolling on your phone or you're watching TV in bed, these things are impacting your ability to build muscle. And if you're willing to improve on what time you go to bed or how much sleep you get based on the habits you do every day, it will make a difference. Number 15 is that you don't need to confuse the muscles by changing up your routine every few weeks. Man, this was such a stupid trend about a decade ago or so. It's not as popular now, but doing this, hopping from one program or set of exercises to another every few weeks will actively hurt your ability to build muscle. What's absolutely ideal if you want to build muscle is stick with the same program, the same collection of exercises and rep ranges for 6 to 12 weeks and log your workouts and actively try to get stronger at that set of movements. And you're training with a progressive overload style here. Number 16 is that building muscle takes extreme patience. It's not like fat loss where you can lose 1 or 2 pounds of fat in just 1 week. Like I said at the beginning, if you can gain 1 or 2 pounds of muscle in a month, that's amazing. I wish 15 years into my training journey, man, do I wish I could gain 2 pounds of muscle in a month. So this patience really is key. You have to know this is a long-term goal, and a muscle building phase usually is gonna be 6 months bare minimum. Sometimes 6 to 12 months you might have a muscle building phase. So don't expect that you're gonna follow a muscle building program for a month and gain a whole bunch of muscle. It's going to get boring. This is one of the biggest obstacles people face in gaining more muscle over time. They get bored doing the same exercises every week. They get bored logging their workouts. They get bored and want to hop to another shiny new diet or program, and it distracts them from their original plan. Don't let this boredom make you quit or hop to a bunch of different things. Final tip, number 17, and it's not an actual tip, but if you need a free muscle building program, comment below muscle and I'll send it over to you for free. Of course, this isn't customized to you as an individual, but it's a general, good, structured, balanced muscle building program that if you got nothing right now, this will at least start you off on the right foot. And by the way, if you need help on the nutrition side of things, down below in the description, I have a list of 30 high protein recipes that you can make in just 10 minutes or less. So you can go ahead and grab those recipes for free as well. And hopefully these 2 resources can help you get started on your muscle building journey. Thank you so much for watching the whole video. I really hope it was helpful or that you took even one thing from this video. And if you did like it, consider subscribing to my channel because I make new videos like this every week. And I've got another video for you up here that I think will be helpful as well. If you found this one good, I think that one will be good for you as well. Catch you on the next video.